Good morning, Sagittarius. So let's have a look. What do we have for you today? I did get quite a few intuitive things for you. There seems to be something going on with dreams at the moment. I rewatched a little bit of your last reading, and I was talking there about having a lot of very vivid dreams. And last night, again, I had a very, very vivid, very detailed, long, it felt like a long dream, right? Where and again, this could be what that pound business was in your last reading, because you had something about it came through as blackmail, and it could have been like a blackmail dog, right? It didn't have to necessarily be blackmail. Maybe I did misread it. And pound, so maybe some of you have been to get a rescue dog, because this dream that I had last night, I was driving in, my sister was driving her car. Now I don't have a sister, so maybe you have a sister, maybe you've been in your sister's car. I don't know, because it wasn't me, it wasn't my sister. I don't have one, I'm an only child. But I was in my sister's car, and we saw a little, like a tiny puppy running up the street, and it had a harness on, so it was like it had broken off its leash and gone running up the street. So we stopped the car and we went, and we got this little tiny, I mean, it was like really small, little tiny puppy. And it's funny that I'm saying that, because my stepmom is a Sagittarius and she has a puppy called Tiny. So it's funny that I keep calling it Tiny, but it was tiny. And it was just so small. And I was like holding it against my chest, trying to keep it warm, trying to keep it feeling safe. And we were looking after this puppy as we were trying to like decide what to do with it, and kind of going about our day as well. So we went out for, we went to the petrol station, and we went out for something to eat, and the puppy had a bowl of milk underneath the table. So and then there was like a discussion with the people where we were eating, saying, and it was like COVID safe, everybody's like socially distancing, but we had this conversation like, can we bring the dog in? They were like, you can have the dog outside. So I don't know if this is something that's gone on for somebody, if anything in particular is jumping out for you there, but it was a very, very vivid dream. So yeah, something about maybe you've adopted a puppy, or you've been to the pound and picked up a puppy. And this feeling of like caring for something as well, knowing that something needs nurturing, needs warmth, needs care, needs love. Yeah, it could be a person, like somebody and somebody's sister looking after somebody. I went for a massive walk yesterday as well, and I don't know what it is about your energy that just makes me need to have like big walks. Okay, intuitively, I got the song Kiss Me by Ed Sheeran through. Kiss Me Like You Want to Be Loved. Beautiful song. It sounded like a cartoon character, or possibly a computer game, which I'll come to in a minute. But it sounded like it said, like, I am evil! I am evil! In like a silly voice. So it came through like a cartoon character or something. Yeah, it's funny. Then I got another song through. I've got a blank space at the moment because I can't actually remember what the song was. It may come back to me. And then I got Imitation of Life by REM. Imitation of Life. So something there. Hang on. No one can see you try. Sorry, they were playing the song to me, so I was trying to pick out what I was getting. No one can see you try. That sugar cane, it tastes so good. Maybe you're eating sugar cane, right? It's Christmas, that's a thing. Then I heard, because I'm kind of clairaudience now, I guess. New skill, put that on my CV. But I heard like ba-bling, like ba-bling, and again it's this kind of computer game noise, and I actually looked it up because I was like, I know that noise, and I was like, I feel like it's either Sonic or Mario, and I looked it up and it's the coin collection noise on Mario, so ba-bling. So maybe somebody's been playing Super Mario. Then as I was preparing your reading, I've got quite a few songs because I did potter around quite a lot. I painted my nails, like touched them up, so they're not the best today. Made my coffee, made my son breakfast, all this kind of stuff. So you've got a few songs here. You've got Just the Same by Charlotte Lawrence, which I feel is this continuation of this relationship that I've been picking up on for Sagittarius for a while, where it's like, I love you, I hate you, I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, I love that song. I love you just the same. Boop, 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 boop. And then The Best Thing by Savage Garden. So I really do feel like this is a gorgeous relationship for some of you. You also got Starlight by Muse, Rocks by Primal Scream, I Need Love by Sam Phillips, and Somebody New by Escobar and Heather Nova. So definitely a theme of reassessing relationships in your life, or some of you are really appreciating those that you love, you know, family, friends, partners, really valuing those connections in your life. Possibly some of you have someone new to love, you know, whether that's just someone new that you've met, or a new family member. Maybe somebody's got married, so you've got a new sister-in-law. I was sort of saying I don't have a sister, but if you get married, that's, you can kind of make those new connections. Or like maybe some of you have had a baby, so some of you could be really valuing like new connections in your life. Some of you, this is a love interest, somebody that you feel a hell of a lot of passion for, very heated, very fiery, and it's kind of those kind of relationships where they push you, they challenge you, they push your buttons, but it's because they're so similar to you, but it's very fiery. So one of those relationships coming through. Some of you are questioning the relationships you do have, and especially like this, what love is, because that what's the name again, Sam Phillips, that Sam Phillips song says something about sentimental love, like I need real love, not sentimental love. So sentimental to me is like, maybe it's a relationship you've been in for a while, you know, you are sentimental about it, it's not like there's hard feelings there, but you're there because of the situation rather than actually being in love with the person that you're with, and that's okay. It's hard, it's not fair, but it's normal to an extent. To when you've been with someone for a long time, and you perhaps develop new interests, and you develop as a person, and the other person is also developing as a person. Sometimes you do just grow apart and you think, we don't have anything in common anymore, and it's not that you don't love the person, because you've got all this sentiment about them, all this nostalgia for the past, but you know that you're not right for each other anymore. There's, you know, it's more of a friendship than a passionate relationship. You know, that can happen, and that's okay. So no hard feelings, no guilt, because that song, Someone New by Escobar and Heather Nova, if that's your situation and you don't know that song, I really do recommend you go and listen to that. It's almost like how to break up in the best way. It's like, I love you, and I'm sad that this isn't working anymore, but I know that you're going to find someone, because I love you so much. I know what a brilliant person you are, and I know that you can bring value to somebody else, but for us, you know, sadly, this is where it ends. So it's very grown up as well, very grown up, very adult, very just probably the best way that you can end a relationship when it comes to it, right? Rather than having all the drama. So yeah, could be that somebody's looking for something where there's more passion, because you are a very passionate sign, Sagittarius. You are a fire sign. You like the affection. You like probably, I mean, not everybody, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has different planetary placements in the birth chart, but you can tend to like those showy displays of affection, and kind of that, you need that passion. You have a fire sign, you need the fire. So there we go, that is stuff for some of you. I also got, I've not wrote it down, but I also heard Charlie's Angels, this song, the one with Ariana Grande and Lana Del Rey, Don't Call Me Angel. It's like, don't misunderstand me, don't call me angel, because I'm not an angel. And that might just be feelings of guilt, especially if you are leaving a relationship. You may be really questioning, kind of, am I doing the right thing? But I'd say don't feel badly about yourself for feeling the way that you feel. Feelings are feelings. That's part of being human. Some feelings are bad, some feelings are good. It's just human, right? Everybody has them. So don't feel like you are a terrible person, some kind of devil or something, because you just feel differently. Like it's not even like it's your fault, right? It's hormones, it's how you're wired as a mammal. So and it's almost worse, isn't it worse to wear a false mask in a relationship, to fake being happy, to make that person think you love them when you don't? That to me is worse. That's like Machiavellian or something. That's like sociopathic. So I think actually it's very mature and very, very honourable to know when it's time to leave, and to be mature enough to do it in a grown-up way. You know, that's actually probably is very angelic, to be honest. So yeah, take it as it resonates, Sagittarius. I'm just pulling up Spotify for you because I do like to randomise a song for you on camera, just so you can see how kind of this technique works for me. Tummy, shush, I have such a noisy tummy. But that can actually indicate the need for confidence. You know, if you are facing some kind of situation, it doesn't have to even be a love interest, right? It can be friendships where, you know, a friendship has just grown apart and you don't really want to, maybe somebody keeps asking you to go out, but you're like, look, I'm not, like, I'm a different person now. I'm not into the same things that I used to be in. I don't want to go raving like I used to, whatever it is. But it's like having the confidence to, and that's why I'm talking about my stomach. It's like your stomach chakra, right? Your confidence, your bravery. Yes, tummy, I know I'm talking about you. So it's like having the confidence to be that bigger person and go to them and say, look, this is the situation. And Sagittarius, you are a very, very honest sign. You're probably the most honest sign of the zodiac, maybe along with like Libra, Aries maybe, but Aries can be a bit brutally honest. You're honest in like the best way, like just like honest and frank, and like, this is how it is, this is the bottom line, this is my truth. Very authentic. Right, okay, let's get you a song. So lovely guides, lovely, oh god, it's closed off again. There are lovely guides around me. What is the best song that you can give to the people coming to the Sagittarius reading today? What have we got for them, please? Nothing. Yes, it's I Don't Want to Dance Alone by Taylor Parks. I love this song. I don't want to dance alone. So maybe some of you are feeling a bit lonely, you know, wanting that love in your life, right? Wanting that connection, the physical connection with somebody else. Love that song. It's one of those songs that does actually just make me dance. Like, I hear it and I just can't help it. I can't sing it though. So I'm not going to kind of warble it for you now because I will wreck your eardrums. Taylor Parks, there we go. So that is going to be in the description box down below, along with all the other songs that come through for your reading today. So I do strongly recommend you go and listen to them, look them up, see if anything is relevant, see how it makes you feel. Somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying, I hate that song. That was it, I hate that song. And I was like, well, which songs? There's lots of songs that come through for the reading. I don't know which one you mean. But I think if you have that kind of reaction, like, I hate that song, it's like, question why, and look at the, you know, what is it about that song that you hate, and what does that bring up for you? There's probably something there to do with shadow work that needs to come up and be looked at. But just to kind of reject something, and to have a strong reaction to something, there's a reason for that. So there's something there that needs to be dealt with emotionally, I would say. So okay, let's tune into the energies then. I guess I've got some patchouli burning for you and some dragon's blood, because I'm getting this love, like, it's like water fire energy, which is actually your card in the tarot. It's the patience card, what's it called now, temperance card, is this alchemy between water and fire, which resembles emotions and passions. So definitely that is what's going on for you, or that's the energy that I'm picking up on for you right now. So yeah, gonna tune into the energies and we'll get into it. Back in a moment. Okay, Sagittarius. Just laughing about that Taylor Parks song, I Don't Want to Dance Alone. I was literally dancing with my cat this morning. So I don't know, maybe that's you too. Maybe you're like, I'm sick of COVID, I'm dancing with my cat. Okay, let's pull a card for Sagittarius then, please. Let's pull a card for Sagittarius. Elephant spirit. No, go that way. Okay. Sorry, just I didn't know what to have as the underline there for a second. Groundhog spirit. Time to let go. Groundhog Day. Right. Okay. Let's pop that there. Bill Murray. I don't know what it is about Bill Murray at the moment, but I'm getting so many Bill Murray references in general. It must be like Bill Murray season or something. Elephant spirit. Learn from the past. and scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. So you've got time to let go and learn from the past. So for those of you who are leaving a situation behind, this is saying pick up the kind of pieces and take what you need to move on, and leave anything that doesn't serve you behind. So if you're leaving a difficult friendship, a different relationship of some kind, a work situation, whatever it is that you're stuck in this loop with, right? You're stuck in this kind of Groundhog Day spirit of like, I'm doing the same thing day over, like every single day. I'm doing it again and again and again. I need to escape from here. I need to break myself out of this loop, out of this situation. So whatever that is that you're breaking away from, only take what serves you. Take the lessons, even if they're painful lessons. Take the lessons, and leave anything like the pain, resentment, the hurt. Try and release that as best as you can, because that doesn't serve you. Also, really noticing the colours of these cards, this orange and green here. Now, these are not consecutive cards. You can see 31, 25, 52. So I do feel like this colouring is relevant. It could be something to do with favourite colours. Maybe you're, you know, green and red is like yours and your partner's favorite colors, or something like this. Could be to do with the signs. So you're a fire sign, so I'm seeing the red as you could be connected with an earth sign here with the green. Also, it kind of looks like traffic lights, right? Stop, wait for it, go. I don't know what amber is. Amber's my wait for it. Get ready. So maybe it's something to do with like traffic lights. Maybe you've been eating one of those lollies with the different colors. Rocket lollies, or like traffic light lollies, I don't know what they're called. But there's something to the green and the fire. I'm really getting this kind of like alchemy with your sign at the moment. I was talking about the kind of the water and the fire before, with the alchemy between them. That's your card. It's the Temperance card. So here you've got this kind of like fire and earthy business coming through. So I wonder what that's trying to say. 25 and 52. Oh, that's mirror numbers as well. Now, I don't want to say this too easily, because I think a lot of people can get stuff in the head, and you could have some kind of like a soulmate connection here. 25, 52, that's mirroring. That's mirror numbers. So if you've seen a lot of mirror numbers, do take notice of that. It could be really relevant to you at this time. Could be a connection with you and another person. I don't like to say things like that too, like as a throwaway comment, because I think a lot of the time people romanticize relationships for the wrong reasons, and they don't fully understand what the connections are. It doesn't necessarily mean this person is the person that you're meant to be with. It's somebody who's here to teach you a lesson, either a good lesson or a bad lesson. So you can sometimes feel a really strong magnetic pull towards someone, but it's not always meant to be, if you like. It's meant to be that they teach you a lesson, and then possibly you move on. Just sort of noticing the elephant's ears there. The elephant's ears have wings at the top, these kind of like two eagle shapes coming in towards each other. So I do feel like there's a sense of like, I'm getting kind of like freedom and knowledge from it. Almost like a mix of an eagle and an owl. So there could be some kind of like ancestral knowledge coming through here as well for some of you. Elephants can sometimes symbolize like ancestry to me. So it's coming through as like maybe like an ancestral kind of guardian spirit here for you, kind of leading you through a karmic cycle, or leading you out of a karmic cycle onto a better path. Also noticing that kind of the circle behind. Yeah, so I feel like the elephant is some kind of like ancestral guardian spirit, or some kind of knowledge that feels very earthy, that's kind of pulling you out of that situation. So yeah. And the scarab beetle, again, very ancestral, right? Scarab beetles to me mean like Egypt. So again, this feeling of like ancestry, like ancient Egypt, I mean. So like, feels sort of like shamanic. Sorry if you can hear my children there. They're off school now for Christmas. So, oh, happy birthday, by the way. I hope you had a really nice birthday. I know it's difficult with everything that's going on in the world right now, but hope you enjoyed yourself. We're just coming out of Sagittarius season now. But also this scarab beetle also has wings. So there's this escape feeling, or freedom, or learning to fly, learning to stand on your own 2 feet perhaps. But it's very, very grounded with the elephant there as well. I may have to shut my door just because my children are getting a bit giddy. They're probably watching YouTube. I'm going to just go and do that. I'm lucky that my kids are relatively sensible and can be trusted to be about their own devices a little bit. I will hear them if they get out of hand, but they definitely know the difference between indoor behaviour and outdoor behaviour. They know that there's a line there, so they should be relatively safe down there. Let's see. 25. Maybe that's something with you, right? Indoor behaviour and outdoor behaviour. And again, my daughter's a Sagittarius, so she is kind of like quite an energetic person. She does like to kind of do things like that are quite physical. She likes to get out and go for walks and climb trees and ride a bike. So again, if you're kind of trapped in the house with that Sagittarian energy, you can definitely be feeling like maybe it's like they're showing me Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. She's got like a gym in her house. She's got like her climbing walls and everything. So you may be at the point where you're thinking, can I turn my house into a gym? Perhaps some of you. Right, okay, elephant spirit. Learn from the past. It's funny though, because you may be like, I'm not that active. Because I think what Sagittarius is about is like a very enthusiastic energy, like very much like I'm going to throw all my energy at this thing because I'm really enthusiastic about it. I'm really into it. Whatever that is, it could be a project, a friendship, a situation, but it really is like you kind of this all-in energy, like so enthusiastic for something, to the point where you can be like entirely focused on that one thing and disregarding other things, but but you also, because you have these like big bursts of energy, I feel like your sign needs time to recharge. So it's like you're probably the sort of person like you really like a good lie-in. You can be quite hard to get out of bed in the morning sometimes, but it's because you kind of like these bursts of energy, so you need that recharge time as well. So you may be like, I'm really lazy. Like, yes, because you need to be, because you're so enthusiastic at other times. So yeah, just I like Sagittarius. I like Sagittarian energy. I like just talking about you, to be honest. Okay, Oracle message. Although we often wish we could leave the past behind, Elephant Spirit reminds us that memory matters. We must respect the wisdom of the elders who hand down to us traditions they have shaped to express our connection to each other and respect for the community. What has come before informs what we are experiencing today, and we must never forget our legacy of strength and dignity. Elephant Spirit arrives with the message that we are to acknowledge that which came before and learn from it. So this might be like things like the suffragette movement, being thankful for those ancestors, although maybe we didn't know them, they kind of forged ahead. Really seeing the elephant as like pushing through something right now, and created a society where women can vote, where we have more political power than we did before. Or it could be like, Black Lives Matter, movements like this, where it's like, oh, no, that's not ancestors, that's current. But it's like the same kind of feeling of like the people who see something wrong with society and push against those boundaries in order to open them up and to make the world broader for people coming behind them. So it could be that you're doing something like this where you're pushing against some kind of boundary, really kind of challenging those lines, right? It's like battle lines where you're like, kind of step, what happens if I take one step over? What happens if I throw something over the battle line? So it's like you're testing those boundaries and you're seeing where they can be pushed back. And again, this is kind of this theme that's been coming through for you quite a lot, where you're standing up for people, I think, where you're either standing up for people or you're there's something going on for you intellectually and emotionally where you're seeing things that are wrong with society, and it could be like benefits, like who doesn't deserve benefits, or the people who are homeless or people who are marginalized by society. This is a recurring theme for you where you're saying we need to do better as a society. We need to do better. And this is that gorgeous, again, complimenting you. I don't know what it is with all the compliments today, Sagittarius. Maybe you just need them. Maybe you just need to hear this from somebody else. But you've got your sign. You're such this gorgeous sign that's like, you have a lot of integrity. You have a lot of compassion for people. And yes, you've got that kind of devil side to yourself, right? Sometimes you're not always an angel, but you do have a compassion for other people. You are able to put yourself in other people's shoes. I'm sort of seeing the footprint of an elephant as well, like a smaller footprint in the larger footprint right now. So again, it's this following in other people's footsteps energy. but you're seeing where things aren't fair, and you're wanting to move ahead, is the energy that's coming through, but also respecting that the people who have drawn those lines and the reasons that those people drew those lines. So you're testing boundaries. You're very much like Tower energy. I just saw 11:11 on my clock. It won't be on your clock because I stopped and restarted. You kind of what they say about the Tower card in the tarot is that when the lightning strikes the tower, if it's been built on firm foundations, on solid foundations, the tower will continue to stand. But if the lightning strikes the tower and it's built on rocky foundations, on unstable foundations, on false promises, or things that haven't been tried and tested, then the tower will fall. So the tower is actually a very, very useful card because it takes away the things that that will eventually fall anyway, the things that aren't sturdy, and they're giving me like validated, or what's that? That's classical word again. It's gone out of my head now, but it means I'm terrible. I've got a bad memory. I need more elephant spirit. Elephant spirit, help me. But it's like tried and tested. This is authentic. This is tried and tested. We know these rules are here for a reason. This is why these rules are important. However, these rules perhaps can be thrown out the window. They don't stand the testing. Something like that. All of us are memory-based creatures, and we must revisit the past to understand where we are and where we are going. The stories of events you've experienced, the stories in our collective memory, and the stories of relationships you have had can be told in many ways. What story will you tell? Elephant Spirit is here to encourage you to make it one that stirs in you a sense of power and dignity, for you have honoured yourself by choosing to learn from your past. Spirit rejoices at your willingness to learn and grow. So yeah, this reassessment energy of maybe even reassessing past relationships, right? Maybe it's not even something that's going on currently for you. What I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, where perhaps you're saying, well, why did that relationship fail? Why did this friendship stand the test of time, but this one didn't? And you kind of questioning, I would say you're being very fair and looking at both sides of the story, what you did right, what you did wrong, but also not kind of guilt tripping yourself over what did go wrong, where you weren't the bigger person, where you, the way that you acted, because it's like, well, at least I've learned lessons from that. And, I understand that I acted that way because of reasons. And maybe even going back and apologising to people where you have, been, maybe you did take a course of action that you regret, and you're being big enough to go back and say, look, I'm sorry for that. You don't have to forgive me, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm sorry. And it's almost like that allows you to release then. It's like you can release the guilt over that. You've processed it. You're a better person now. You've learnt your lessons. And now you can forge forward. Something like that going on for you, and it's like you need to do that as well, because say you do have a lot of, again, friendships, work relationships, love interests, whatever it is. It's like if you can understand why they fail, you can go ahead, you can get out of that Groundhog Day spirit, that never-ending cycle, and take those lessons and move forward. So it's like maybe you always fall for the same kind of person. Maybe you always fall for the bad boy, and then you wonder why you get hurt. And it's like, well, because you keep falling for the bad boy. So it's like, well, like, and then it's like looking at the relationships that have stood the test of time and maybe revaluing certain different aspects, different traits. Again, if you are in kind of like some kind of again, I don't want to use these words too, it may just be for one of you. If you're in some kind of soulmate twin flame relationship where you do kind of get triggered by that other person, but it makes you, it's not just somebody who treats you badly and you can't get away from them. That's not what that relationship is. It's you trigger each other in ways that make you take some time apart and reassess, and actually both of you grow as a person, and then you come back, and it's like these relationships are designed to make you do that reassessment, both of you, right? If one of you is doing it and the other one isn't, then it's no good. But you both like do that process, come back bigger and better, and then probably ricochet off each other again, like, and work out whatever it is that happened there, and then come back, and eventually you get very, very strong, both of you as individual people, because you've done this this inner work. So if that is you, then do be aware of that process that's meant to make you both better. If you're overgiving, or if you're in a relationship that's abusive, then that's not what this is. That's bad. You need to get out of that. Yeah, okay. 52, scarab beetle. Yeah, like the idea is it's breaking you out of toxic cycles. So if you're in a toxic cycle, then that's not a soulmate relationship or a twin flame relationship, because those relationships are designed to make you grow as a person, to be stronger, not be codependent. So if you're in a cycle that's making you be codependent and become almost like a slippery slope of a worse person, then yeah, that's not what that is. That's false. That's like a false flame. Right, okay, sorry, keep getting distracted, but I don't want people to be in like toxic relationships. Scarab beetle spirit, magic works through you. In ancient Egypt, the scarab beetle was revered, for the creative magic of a scarab beetle spirit reminds us that we can bring forth something extraordinary, seemingly out of thin air. Whenever you let your creativity flow through you, scarab beetle spirit reminds you that spirit has given you the gift of infinite potential. You have an ally as you fashion something new or repurpose the old, for spirit co-creates with you. So there's a difference between codependency and co-creation. Co-creation is a positive energy where you work well with others, and brings, like, there's growth there, there's potential. Codependency is toxic, it holds you back. Huge difference. Channeling energy through you so that you feel replenished and revitalized as you make magic with what is at hand. That's another really good way to know what kind of relationships you should keep and which ones you should be rid of. So if you have connections with people, and when you get close to them or when you deal with them, they leave you feeling drained and tired and depleted, then that is probably an indication of a toxic relationship. If you, when you're with this person, you feel energized, you feel creative, you feel impassioned, you feel like your energy levels are going up, then that's probably a positive relationship. So that's one indicator for you of whether a relationship is good for you or not. Now is the time for great optimism, for you can accomplish anything you desire and your creative endeavours will come to fruition. Miracles, opportunities, abundance and love will all seemingly appear out of nowhere as you allow spirit to work through you and magically manifest what you need. So gorgeous fire energy, wand energy from the tarot, all to do with confidence and creation. So you're really being called to appreciate the opportunities that you have, right? Appreciate what the position that you are in life, and there may be challenges, right? I'm not saying that anything's going to be easy, but appreciate the tools that you have at your disposal. And I was going to say you are your biggest tool, which sounds offensive actually, but it's like your physical body, your mind, your passion, your feelings, your emotions, you're your greatest asset. And you're all you need to succeed. And you can, with a lot of great difficulty, right, tackle those obstacles and hurdles in your path. This is encouraging you to be confident, to think positively, to not allow yourself any kind of lack mentality that's going to hold you back, and to really envision where you want to be, where you want to go, and what you want in your life. So whether this is work, love, friendships, whatever that is, it's like envision it, set your goals, and start to plod towards it, right? That elephant, it's slow, but it's steady and it has solid foundations. It's very, very sturdy. So you're almost asked to, perhaps you have a lot of earth energy in your chart. There is a link in the description box down below for astrology.com. You can go and look up your natal chart. You may find that you have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn in strong placements. It could be that you're, I'm Sagittarius in Mars, which is all to do with the way that I take action. You could find that you've got Mars in an earth sign, which means that you're very, very, the way you take action, the way you set goals, the way you move forward towards the things you want is very, very slow, steady, practical, very much like those, like if you imagine like the elephant putting its foot down, it leaves a deep imprint, right? Because it's so heavy and grounded and earthy. So you're leaving big footprints, and it may feel like slow progress, and sometimes it may feel like you're stuck in the mud and you're not moving, but the elephant keeps going, right? It's really got, I'm drawn to kind of like the third eye here. It's like it just knows, and it's drawn by spirit. It knows where it's heading. And the same with the scarab beetle, it has this kind of like jewel on its back. So I'm seeing this as like third eye chakra work. You may want to look that up. Okay, I'm going to try and stop waffling so much, otherwise I'm going to run out of time and not get your whole reading done. But that's, again, really earthy, right? The groundhog is an earthy animal. The elephant is a very earthy animal. The scarab beetle, again, is like a very grounded, earthy animal. So, and they also roll poo, right? So it's like, even when you're in, I've got swear warning, mum, even when you're in the shit, like, you keep rolling forward. Really actually liking your energy today, Sagittarius. Very cool energy. Right, okay, let's get another card, please, for Sag. What else does Sag want to know today? Can I get a card for Saggy babies, please? Card for Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay, so, whoa. Okay, they want a few cards. So serendipity is hiding. So there's something sneaky going on here with the universe. Again, notice the colours, the green and the orange. So you may want to wear green and orange, whether that's like jewellery, maybe get some amber jewellery, or maybe you want to work with plants in some way. Observer, yeah. This is like watch and wait, or it's like patience as well. A huge amount of patience coming through. Again, your card is the kind of patience card in the tarot. A huge amount of patience, of setting your intentions, of manifesting, of using the law of attraction to manifest your dreams or a better life for yourself. The more open you are, the easier it is for spirit to deliver. So if you're very specific, like, I want this specific person on this specific day, it can be hard for the universe to manage that, because you're not giving them a lot of leeway to kind of work, because they're managing the whole universe, right? They're managing every single person on the planet. So they can't just like click their fingers. That's not how it works. So this is like, instead of being like, I want this specific person, you could be like, I want someone who values me. I want someone who, so the more open you are. It's funny as well, I was doing a quiz on BuzzFeed before the reading, just because like sometimes you just want to waste time, right? So you just want to like do random quizzes. But it was like something like, when are you going to meet your true love? And now I'm not looking for that. It was just a quiz, and it was like, it had a sliding scale. So it's like, what kind of things do you value on a first date? What's good for you and what's bad for you on a first date? So it's like, what if the person smokes? And I was like, no, don't like smoking. But there was a lot of questions like, do you want your person to make eye contact? Do you want your person to, what if your person laughs really loudly? All this kind of thing. And I kind of was down the middle on most things, because I'm quite accepting, I'd say, of people. But I could imagine a lot of people are like, no. And then the quiz probably would have been like, you're never going to meet your true love because she's too bloody picky. You're so like judgmental of people. How are you ever going to meet your perfect person when you're so, like, when everything's in the red? But also the other way, if everything was in the green, if you were like, everything's brilliant, I love everyone, then it's almost like, well, then how do you find the right person when you're so open? So there's something here about, the message that's coming through is kind of like, maybe work out what are your absolute no's and your absolute yeses, but anything else be very, very flexible with. So it might be like the love of your life, like the person, the man of your dreams, who's going to make you feel loved, or woman of your dreams, whichever orientation you have. I want somebody who's going to make me feel loved. I want somebody who's going to like make me breakfast in bed. I want somebody who's going to take me on wild adventures, and all this big list. And it's like, this person's here, and the universe is like, yes, this is the perfect person for Sagittarius. But you're like, but I don't want them to wear glasses. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that person, you can't have that perfect person then, because they sometimes wear glasses when they need to read it. So, sorry. I guess that perfect person's not there for you. So do you see what I mean? It's like, don't be overly fussy if you're looking for love. Those of you who aren't looking for love, then what's going on here is like, again, it could be like something to do with breaking out of some kind of work cycle, or feeling like you're putting a lot of effort into something. Again, that scarab beetle, it rolls the ball of poo every morning, doesn't it, when the sun comes up? So it's it's being able to envision yourself in better situations, but not being too fussy about the schematics, I guess. But serendipity here, the reason why I feel like it was hiding is like the universe is planning something for you here. It's bringing something in. You've probably been doing a lot of work, been making progress in some way. I'm really seeing the elephant moving forward today. And it's like, well, divine timing's here at play. There's a lucky opportunity coming in for you, but you're not seeing it yet. Perhaps you are very like head down, working at that grindstone. So you've not looked up and seen this like gorgeous, like lucky opportunity floating in your direction. So I'll pop that there. What are these two cards? What's that? Time for a nap and the higher power. Can I just double check which way up you want these, please? No, it isn't the upright. Yeah, I felt that. And which way up is this one, please? Which way up, please? Yeah, okay. Now, don't worry that it's in the reverse. It's just means that you get the protection message, which is normally a very, very positive thing. Right, okay, let's read what these have to say. Yes, I was talking about the need. It's like you've been watching and waiting, right? Being really patient, watching, waiting, being in that receptive yin energy, thinking, when is my look going to change? When is my look going to... my look going to change? And it's like, what are you going to do with all that time except for like, I don't know. I think, was it you that got that energy a while back that was like wasting time in one place, like spending energy but not moving? It's like sat there with your foot shaking. Sat there with your foot shaking because you want to go somewhere or you're waiting for something and you're just getting really, really impatient. And it's like you're not actually going anywhere or doing anything productive with that time, but you're exhausting yourself. So yeah, something like watching, waiting for this serendipity to come in is like exhausting you. Right, okay, let's read serendipity. Do you want me to read higher power first? Are you worried about why the higher power's in reverse? Let's go to that one first. So the protection message. Normally, again, it's really good. Now is the time to examine what you are giving energy. Now is the time to examine what you are giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right, about old resentments or failed expectations, about money or about other people, places or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want spirit to be your source. Take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership that you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. There is no greater source than spirit. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. Right, yeah, exactly. That's what I was picking up on over here, where it's like, I was sort of saying, don't have that lack mentality, use the law of attraction. So if you are reassessing all relationships and holding on to those resentments, right, like I was saying right at the start of the reading, release them. Anything that was bothering you from the past, anything that you perhaps don't have any control over, release it to spirit, release it to the universe. Be like, universe, I am putting this in your hands. Please help me out here. Because they're trying, they're here. It's not that they're not here, right? They're here. They're showing up in your reading with serendipity and higher power and all this ancestral energy. They're here. They're trying to help you. They want to co-create with you. But if you're stuck in that mud, right? Head down, feeling hopeless, feeling guilt, all those negative feelings, that devil energy, right, of past situations, of being in that Groundhog Day spirit, release. And if you think about that movie of Groundhog Day, it's when he releases, when he stops trying so hard, when he stops being so miserable, that's when things finally change for him. When he releases, he receives. Release and receive, Sagittarius. Okay, and it's coming in, it's here, it's just you can't see it. 18. Serendipity. Again, like the orangey colours, and then there's this pink hero, right, where it's like that's the love that's not showing up yet in your reading. That's like the water energy, I guess. Essential meanings: opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, good luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. So do watch out for mirror numbers, especially 2552, 1221, things like this, because that may definitely be like 0110, or vice versa. If you're seeing a lot of mirror numbers, especially, I would say that's universe trying to tell you something. It's funny that when I was doing that BuzzFeed article, I noticed that my battery was at 77%, and the last number on the minute hand was 7, so you had like 777, which is all about like divine path, trusting fate, like soul journey, right? Soul purpose. So yeah, so watch out for synchronistic numbers, especially. You stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dreams resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you never have planned would never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as the higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. Right, so beautiful. Could you have got a better message, Sagittarius? I was getting a couple of things from this. One was the Lana Del Rey song, which I'll come back to. And the other was how I was saying, like, be flexible with what you want. Be like, I know what I want, but I'm flexible with how it comes to me. Because I feel like what this is saying is, perhaps you've always had difficult relationships. And I'm using relationships, but it could be like work or anything in your life. There's always been something where you feel like there's a never-ending cycle where the same bad thing keeps happening again and again and again. And you're like, why does this keep happening to me? Say you're from that space, you're trying to think, well, I'm using relationships as an example, but say you've always had bad boyfriends, and you're like, well, I really want a good boyfriend. If you've never had a good boyfriend, you don't know what that is. It's like, yeah, you can watch movies, listen to songs, you have an idea of what that is, but maybe that's not the best thing for you. This is saying release expectations, and the more open you are, if you just say, I want the perfect person to come into my life for me, Spirit knows better than you do, basically, and they will deliver something better than you ever expected. It's like you won't believe your luck with this, because you'll be like, I never knew it could be so good. Because you've never experienced it, so how do you know? What else was coming through? The Lana Del Rey song, I'm doing this for all of us. I'm just going to take a second to get it. Okay, it's Get Free by Lana Del Rey. Where is it? This is my commitment, my modern manifesto. I'm doing this for all of us who never got the chance. Sometimes it feels like I've got a war in my mind. I want to get off, but I keep riding the ride. Groundhog Day, right? Riding the ride. I never really noticed that I had to decide to play someone's game or live my own life, and now I do. I want to move. So yeah, it just... Oh, sorry, my tummy's rumbling again. Oh my goodness, look at the time. Can you see that? I don't know if you can look at the time. Right. So, synchronistic numbers, baby, yeah. Yeah, you're doing it for the collective. You're doing it, you're the elephant forging ahead, pushing the boundaries, and you're doing it so others can follow in your footsteps. And I have just got the most incredible, like, energy move up my body, like goosebumps, like cold goosebumps, like, but tingly and amazing, right up my body. Sagittarius, you're doing something incredible. Right, okay, I want to read the relationship message for that as well. So for those of you who are specifically asking about a relationship, Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. Watch out for those synchronistic numbers, especially 1111, right? You have met or are about to meet somebody vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Yeah, it's better than you ever knew, right? I think that's another Lana Del Rey song. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. Whoa, Sagittarius. Can I claim this reading? This sounds amazing. Again, doesn't necessarily have to be a love interest. It's like a business partner or somebody who's going to bring some kind of opportunity into your life, or a friend, or could be anything, right? I was talking about how I don't have a sister, but, you know, if it's possible that, like, through marriage connections or through other relationships, I could have a half sister. So there could be something like that for you, where it's like a role is filled that you through other connections. Does that make sense? In some way. Right, 24. Time for a nap. Rest, rejuvenation and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. And that's, I guess, why that yin energy is there as well, because the yin energy is like, stop pushing forward, stop being the one that's trying to forge ahead and take the action, release to the universe and be in that receptive energy, allow things to flow through you, like work with the opportunities that come towards you, rather than trying to control the situation. So let's read this. I love this one because it's got the little fox. Maybe foxes are important to you. Maybe you're connecting with an Aquarius. Foxes mean Aquarius to me. Rest, rejuvenation and renewal, temporary non-action, allowing dreams to arise. This is a time to step away and rest. Let the cares of your world go. Go into a state of non-action and allow yourself to be free of the shackles of your goals, your lists and your desires. Nothing is as important as rest, detachment and neutrality, being neutral. And that's what I was saying about that BuzzFeed quiz, right, where it's like you could slide the sliders one way or another, and I was saying you're going to get the best results if you go neutral, because it allows for more options. You're being less controlling. The overly busy mind can block you from inner wisdom if you don't step back and take a seat and rest. Be willing to let dreams surface and ideas flow through you, absent any force or conscious direction, as you observe without engagement. Now, that doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I read it wrong. Relationship message. When it comes to matters of the heart, don't make any plans right now. If you're not partnered, it's good to take this time out to get to know yourself. If you're involved with someone, relax and just be with your partner. This is going to be an uneventful moment in time. Don't force anything now. Allow things to flow naturally, and a beautiful renewal will take place all by itself. Patience is the key to your heart's desire right now. Your card in the tarot. Withdraw from action in your relationship and give it a rest so your love and connection can become rejuvenated. So if you are chasing, if you're in a twin flame relationship and you are chasing, it's time to release it to the universe and allow it to flow through you naturally. What is meant to be yours will never be denied to you. So if you've become obsessive or controlling, or you're trying to push for something, release. So take whichever version of that message works for you there. Let's keep going. Talking about forging ahead. I'm going to stop and restart because I'm coming up to the 40-minute mark again on my own timestamp. So just 1 second. There you go. That just lets me know how much time I've got left. And oh, there you go. You're off on that journey, right? Ready to take that leap of faith there, packing your bags. It's like it's going to come to you, but you just need to be patient a little while longer. The cogs are still moving. Oh, you've got 2 cards here. Oh, God. Is that what I think it is? No, it's Phew. I thought it was the deceit card. I think it came out for Scorpio yesterday. Daughter romance. It's open, right? The daughter romance is open. Okay, don't worry about that. But there may, again, be this need to be patient. I'm just going to check which way they want these to go. Not clear. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take it in the reverse. It did come out in the reverse. Look at the numbers as well. They came out that I saw them that way around. You've got 1, 3, 3, 3. So synchronistic numbers. If you are in a third-party relationship, do try and release any overthinking or concern to the universe. The universe is going to sort it out on your behalf, I feel, or at least give you the opportunities to take the steps you need to take. Use your intuition, use your heart space. You know what's right for you. Okay, so reversed. It's not always bad if things are reversed as well, by the way. This card reverse portends an increase in the money about to come your way. The previous constrictions have broken open, and there's a greater flow of money and other things. As more funds come in, you'll find that you have the freedom to take more risks and spend without the previous extreme precautions. The river of abundance is starting to flow your way, but don't be too cavalier. Always bring your consciousness to this and every aspect of your life. So just if you get like a sudden influx of money, don't be like, oh, I'm going to spend it all at once. Like, there's more where this came from. Be sensible. So enjoy it, but be sensible. So you've got an affirmation. You may want to say this in the mirror every morning for a while. I can move through any cycle with dignity and awareness. I am open to receiving and increasing wealth. Money moves to and through my life, bringing benefits to all. So again, if you're the one sat there going, oh no, I'm so unlucky in money, I never have enough money, like money's always a problem for me, then that's what you're giving to the universe. That's what you're telling the universe. So the universe isn't going to give you anything. If you're like, come from a place where you're like, I'm thankful for what I do have. I'm thankful for having a roof over my head or food on my table. I'm thankful that I'm able to buy clothes, even if they're not the latest designer clothes. At least I can wear, I've got things to wear, and your situation may be more difficult than that, but this is saying be thankful for what you do have. And instead of saying, oh, I never have any money, be like, I'm opening myself up to receive opportunities to create more money. So it's all about a positive mindset, and that allows the universe to co-create with you. You've got a lot of stuff about co-creating with the universe. So don't be the one to shut those doors and say, not me, that never happens to me, I'm unlucky, because you're actually reinforcing that, you're creating that. You have to say, I am lucky, and I appreciate what the universe has already brought to me. I would love to receive more, baby. Wink. So let's see, daughter romance in reverse. I'll pop it in the upright for a moment. This may not be what some of you want to hear, just heads up, but look at all the green and red again. This card reversed indicates a delay or a disappointment where love is concerned. In a present relationship, it could be a sign of distance or separation. For some, the door to love may seem to have shut for a long time, but the energetic universe is always in a state of flux or flow. Knowing this, you can work on making changes in your daily life that will bring more love into your experience. So again, it's talking about revisiting those perpetual cycles, right? The bad things that keep happening, and figure out what your role is in that. And if it's always the other person's fault, then be aware that you're possibly getting into connections where you're falling for the same sort of person every time. And that's not putting the blame on you. That's not what I'm doing here. What I'm saying is that sometimes, like, we can't control other people, we can only control ourselves, and you have the option of whether you want to enter into a relationship or not. So if you are choosing, and this isn't for all of you, if some of you are choosing to enter into toxic relationships all the time, like I said, some of you may be constantly going for the bad guys, or constantly going for relationships where you give too much and the other person takes too much. You can't stop those other people from taking too much, but you can stop yourself from giving too much. So it's all about valuing yourself, being strong as an individual, knowing that you can only control your actions and not the actions of those around you, standing in your truth, in your authenticity, in your power, and allowing love to flow to you rather than being the chaser. Sorry to those of you who that was a bit of a hard truth to, but this is the point of tarot. This is the idea of tarot, is to reflect ourselves back at ourselves. If it's not your story, if it's nothing to do with you, release it. But to those of you, and some of you are like, walls go up, I don't want to hear it, shutting the door on this reading because maybe it's hit a bit too close to home, or it's just not your reading, right? In which case, fine, leave it for the people who it is their reading. But the idea is it reflects ourselves back at us, and sometimes it reflects the painful truth back to us. And the idea is your walls might go up, but maybe it sticks in there, and you go away, and a week later you think, do you know what? Actually, I do that. It's right. I do realise that I do that, and I do realise that isn't me standing in my power. It's not me serving my highest good. None of us are perfect. We've all got faults, and most of us, if we're healthy, functional people, we can say, actually, yeah, I hold my hands up, I do sometimes do that. So I hope I'm not hurting anyone's feelings. It can be painful. Like, this happens to me as well. I'm also somebody who watches tarot card readings, so I'll go and watch a reading and it'll give me a painful truth. It'll be like, hi, you always do this in relationships. And I'm like, ow, yeah, like, right, quite frankly, opening my door, right, my own personal wounding and things like this, I can be a little bit raucous sometimes. I'm playing the clown and being a little bit lewd because it gets attention, right? And it's like, ow. When a tarot card reader told me that, I was like, ow, yeah, that actually, I do that. That kind of, that hit the mark there. And it was like, it was one of those ouch moments. But again, it's like realizing that I do it. And it's not necessarily saying it's bad or that I have to stop. You know, I can carry on being the clown, but just to be aware of that I do it and why I do it. Yeah, ouch. Yeah, just to say, I've been in the shoes where you know, tarot card readers have delivered those stingers that go right into the soul, and you're like, ooh, but yeah. So let's keep going. Remember to make yourself and your own happiness a priority. And this is what they want. They're not trying to hurt you. They're trying to make you a stronger, better, more independent person so that you can have a better life, right? They're not trying to be me. It's like tough love. Encourage yourself and always acknowledge how valuable and deserving you are of receiving your own love and that of others. Such choices in your attitude and self-treatment will shift any old energy of self-dismissal, changing your core consciousness and all that you attract. So tell the universe you're ready for real love because you're finally willing to give it to yourself. Oh, I'm going to read that again. Okay, again, all the stuff about releasing to the universe, right? And again, those goosebumps have gone right up me, like right up to, like, I can feel them in my temples and everything, right? Listen, Sagittarius. Tell the universe you're ready for real love because you're finally willing to give it to yourself. Boom, drop the mic, right? Revelation. Affirmation. As I open the door to my own self-love, I attract more and more loving tenderness to me. There you go. Again, it doesn't have to be necessarily like a sexual relationship. It can be friends, family, whatever you need. You know, colleagues, wanting that respect, wanting that love. Give it to yourself first. Stop overgiving, possibly, or being needy like me. And get you, Sagittarius. I'm there with you. Okay, learning those hard truths together. Okay, anything else you want to say, please, for Sagittarius? Anything else you want to say, please, for Sagittarius before I go to the advice card? What's that one there? A page of water, yeah. Being a little bit naive in love. Possibly being overgiving. Possibly apologising when it's not your fault. The poor little page of water, they've got a lot of learning to do in emotions. It's like they're sat there offering their little cup of love, all sweet and naive and innocent, but then the waves are crashing around them. They could easily be like just knocked over by a powerful emotional wave. So definitely some learning to do in the love department, in the emotion department, learning that that alchemical I was talking about how your card is the water and the fire. So not being all about the fire and the passion and the heat and the spontaneity, but also balancing that out with learning that to have that emotional connection. That it's almost like friendship first. If you've always gone for relationships where you just like have that real sexual charge with someone and you fall into bed with them, and then it's like, why doesn't that work out for me? It's saying maybe you need to form friendships first. Maybe you need to get the emotional connection first before establishing that sexual connection, because then you know it's going to last the long run. You know, if it's somebody who you get on with, you know, again, it could be like a colleague, right? Like somebody that you get on with, that you've known for a long time. You always have a good time with them. Whenever you're around them, you feel like your energy picking up. You leave them and you've got a smile on your face. That's friendship. That's a real emotional connection. And maybe there could be more. You know, maybe that could turn into a sexual connection for you. But you've already got that firm foundation. I was talking about the tower, right, in the firm foundation. So there you go. Hearing the call, second chance, breaking out of that Groundhog Day spirit, of repeating the same cycles over and over again that don't work for you. Going into a new dawn, a new day, a new life for Sagittarius. Yeah, there, look, like waiting. Hearing the call, rest and rejuvenation there as well, with time for a nap. Absolutely. Yeah. Knowing that there's a brand new cycle, a rebirth, a revival coming in for you here, because you're taking the time to have that time out and look at things from a new perspective. You're releasing to the universe and you're trusting the universe to take you where you need to go. So let's find out some advice cards then, please, for Sagittarius. Can I get an advice card, please, for Sagittarius? Advice for Sagittarius, please. Thank you. Beautiful. On the underlying, you've got time. Take time to breathe out. You've got that 3 times now. Look, rest and rejuvenation there in the underlying. Take time for a nap. Take time to breathe out. Chill. Just chill, Sagittarius. You're such a giddy sign. It's trying to show me this one as well. Let me just see what this is as well. I don't know if you saw the way that it slid off there and revealed this one. Show the world the real you as well. Full moon in Aquarius. So you've got Aquarius energy 3 times there as well. Maybe you've got strong Aquarius in your chart, or maybe it's just because Saturn and Jupiter, these really big energies, these big planets, slow moving giants of the solar system, have just transitioned from Capricorn to Aquarius. It's actually, they've just been in alignment in Aquarius for the first time in like 800 years. So it's really big planetary business going on. And this could be why you might get this sense that your look is changing, especially if you've done, you've learned those tough love, hard lessons, if you've done that shadow work while Saturn was in Capricorn, because they're both signs about that kind of like tough love, life lesson energy. Yeah, then it's like Jupiter in Aquarius is like looks coming in, there's going to be changes, there's going to be innovation. And here you go, your card is actually surrender to the divine. You can't make it up, Sagittarius. Did you need any more confirmation that the universe is at work in your reading? Literally, it's everything. All the cards are saying, release it to the universe. Put your life in the hands of the universe, because the universe loves you. It has that unconditional love for you. It really does want to take you to the best place that you can be. So this is what I did actually before my magic powers activated, before I kind of got this connection where I started to receive the messages, and I had like an awakening, spiritual awakening and all that business. I was like, what's happening to me? Googled it and I was like, oh, spiritual awakening, what's that? So I very much came through it because things were happening to me. And not because I heard of something and then looked it up. It was like, what on earth is happening to me? What is this business? And then it was like, oh, okay, this is actually a thing, and it's making so much sense to me. But before all that happened, I used to parody the Fleabag episode where she's in the confessional and she's going, I just want someone to tell me what to wear, what to eat. I want somebody to take control of my life. It's like, and I used to go like, Jesus, take the wheel, and make all those silly memes where it's like, right, universe, I'm giving my life over to you. And it's like, hi, we're here. Cool. Let's get this show on the road. So yeah, I get it. I'm just going to stop and restart again just to squeeze another minute or 2 out of this reading to make sure I can read this fully, because I talk too much, as you probably do, Sagittarius, because I know the Sagittarius around me talk too much as well. Back in a moment. All right, so here we go. 4 minutes and 21 seconds I've got left. Surrender to the divine, full moon. Okay, I like how this starts. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? Right, I'm not going to do that. But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Boom. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. You're very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favour, as this is a very positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. So they're not telling you to work harder and put more effort in. That's not what they're saying here, because you've got that yin card. This is all about surrender, release, allow things to flow to you. Set your intentions, use the law of attraction, and allow the universe to deliver. I'm getting I Deliver by, is it Little Mix? I deliver. It's like the universe is singing that song to you. It's like, don't worry, I deliver, baby. But go with the flow, be open. I am getting the answers I need. Additional meanings for this card. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. Right, the 4th time you've been told to stay calm and breathe deep and have that rest and relaxation. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. Said that right at the start of the reading, if you remember. It's time to let go of the past and move on. See Sagittarius. I like it when you get readings that are very, very concise. Again, a lot of like earth and fire going on here. Release to the divine, breathe. You may have anxiety, especially if it's like if a dream comes in, I feel like it's going to happen possibly thick and fast and unexpectedly. It may cause a bit of upheaval. I'm really seeing the tower moment, even though the tower hasn't come out. So it's like just breathe through it. Don't reject. If something comes towards you and it seems too good to be true, don't reject it. You don't have to give an answer straight away. Breathe, flow. Be open to options. Don't close any doors right now. Sagittarius, I want to know how this works out for you. If this is you and it's like, please come back and tell me what happens, because this is amazing. Yeah. Release, go with the flow, positive thinking, positive affirmations, law of attraction. Sagittarius, the universe is like mega behind you here, and you're not doing it for you. This is the thing as well with like working with the universe. Don't do it for selfish reasons. Do it for everyone. Do it for all of us. If you're following your heart, if you're following true love, do it for all of us, right? Because you're setting an example. Right, time's running out. I'm going to leave it there. Best of luck with that, Sagittarius. Like, subscribe, share with friends if you think it's their story. All helps out my channel. And if you want to come in as a stealth reader and just kind of watch on the down low, totally understand. Brilliant. Okay, take care, and I'll see you again soon, Saggies. Bye-bye.